Hello friends and welcome back. This lecture is in continuation with your lecture series of Strength of Material Laboratory. In the last class we discussed about a very simpler and important practical which was based on the checking of hardness of any material through the Brinell hardness test, and today we are doing the practical related to the strength of material like the hardness testing, but this time it is on the Rockwell test. Rockwell hardness testing. Both Brinell hardness and Rockwell are checking the hardness of any kind of a material, but for this specific practical we are using the Rockwell testing machine. In this Rockwell testing machine we are checking the hardness of a mild steel. Correct? As you can see on the right side, you can see the image of the Rockwell hardness testing machine. Fine. So what are the equipments are required? In this case we require a Rockwell hardness testing machine, which you can see the number of parts are given over here, and this front view and side view is given of the machine. Like in this case, this is a dial, is a loading hand wheel which is given, which is through which you are applying the load. Then the screws, the indenter. Yes, I need to explain this indenter. We are using two types of indenter in this case: the steel ball and diamond cone indenter. So in this diamond cone indenter, in the previous practical we used the steel ball, but in this case we are using the diamond cone. Correct? Or a cone, sometimes it is called as a cone indenter. So in this case the diamond cone indenter, the angle would be 120 degrees. There are different kind of angles are provided to the cone. Fine. So in this case the indenters are there, the test anvil on which you are placing your testing or the sample material. Then this is a loading changing vehicle, wheel, so through which you are applying the load. In this whole system we are applying the load hydraulically. Correct? We are applying load hydraulically. Fine. Then the lifting rod is there, which is moving your sample material up and down. Then the rotary wheel to set up the exact location from which you wanted to place your indenter. Correct? So whenever you push the indenter, here I wanted to show, the dial indicator. In the dial indicator, if you just go deep into this, you can see there are two types of scales are given: the inner scale and the outer scale. Inner, it is a B scale, we call it as a B scale, and outer is a C scale. So when do we are using them? So B scale is used for the steel ball indenter. Correct? If your indenter is a steel ball, then you will use the B scale. If you are using the diamond ball indenter, that you will use the C scale. Fine. So in this our specific case, we are using the diamond indenter, so we are discussing the units of or the scale of C scale. Fine. And what is the procedure? So in this, why we are doing this thing actually? Correct? You can see there is a ball indenter, there is a diamond indenter or a cone indenter. How we are pressing? There are two types of loads are provided: the initial load, or you can say the minor load, and there is a major load, which is the you can see over here. In this image, you can see there's a diamond indenter with the angle 136, and actually we are using the 120 degree. This is the ball indenter. You can see the impression are made by these two. Correct? So these impressions are made. Firstly, you are putting the minor load or the initial load, through which you get the height h0. Correct? We are not getting into the calculation of this, but yes, we are doing it. And then the second one, when you applied the minor load, then you go for the major load, that the P1. This is total load is providing onto the indenter. Correct? It gets to the h0 height. Then you are releasing the major load, and you can get the reading of it. Fine. So this is if it's a cone, 120 degree angle is there, then the initial load and the minor load is this case. Correct? 10 if you are using the ball indenter of 1.58 mm. Correct? So there are a different initial load or the minor load and major load readings are given. So whatever the material you are using, you need to select. So you are saying if it's a soft material, copper, aluminium, so you will use the ball indenter and using the initial load, the minor load 10, and the maximum load is 100 kg. So you need to know that how to convert this 100 kg into Newton, which is multiplier factor is 10, or the gravity. Then it is converted into your load. Then what is the procedure to follow it? Correct? What is the procedure is place the specimen. When you place the specimen, your sample specimen, onto the anvil. So what you will do in here, firstly you just touch the anvil with this indenter. So when you touch the anvil, your reading will show something. Your dial indicator will show some reading, and after that you need to set the scale to 0. Correct? As he says that. Place the specimen securely upon the anvil. We did that. Elevate the specimen so that it comes into contact with the penetrate and put the specimen under a preliminary or minor load. Then we need to apply the major load. Once it has been in touch with the sample, then you need to read that there's any deflection in the dial indicator. Once the deflection is made, it means your load, your sample material and the load is in contact. Then you set this scale to the 0, correct? Then you set your scale to the 0 and then you are applying the major load. Then you applying the major load, you will need to find out the pointer where it is the last point, correct? Once you read the last point, that will be your hardness number, correct? As you can see in this image, correct? Once you applied the load, applied the major load, correct? And after that, sometime it goes to set, then you will read the reading like the HRB 94. Fine. In this case, you will find out directly, you will find out the reading. In case of the Brinell hardness test, you need to calculate it from somewhere, but in this case, you will directly read to the scale or to the indicator, you will get the reading of it, correct? As you can see in here. Once you applied it, you will finally find out what type of reading it is giving. Then that reading will be your Brinell hardness test, Rockwell hardness test number, correct? Once again, if I would say sample material is applied over here, then you apply the minor load and check out the reading, check out the dial indicator deflection, then set the dial indicator deflection to 0. Once you set the dial indicator deflection to 0, then you applied the major load. Once you applied the major load, and this needle will again rotate and set up to a final point, and that point will be your hardness number, Rockwell hardness number. It is specified as HRB, correct? Rockwell hardness number. Final. So that is, no calculation is required. In this case, directly you can get the hardness number from it. Fine. So if you wanted to see my other videos, you must subscribe the channel Tiny Steps, and the previous practicals are also available, and the further practicals I will put onto the same channel. Do subscribe this channel and share it. Thank you.